So welcome back to another episode of Build and Drive. Today we're going to be talking about the transmission seals at the back of the transmission. How do you know if they're leaking, which one you should look at, and how to replace it. Now I have the transmission out of the car, but the process is very similar, whether it's in the car or out of the car. You may have some challenges with it already in the car, but we'll get into that, how to take this off and all that stuff. So first of all, on the back of your transmission, this is the 6-speed manual, you may notice that there's some oil. And I was going to get my car inspected, and I looked underneath the car, and there was a lot of oil down under here, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I thought it was this rear seal transmission here, but you could clearly see that there was just a ton of oil and gunk like coming off of this top shifter seal here. I don't think it's this seal because it's not wet here, and normally if this was wet it would fling oil everywhere, and it's not actually wet down here. Well, a little bit. It's mostly coming and leaking from here. So we're gonna replace that. It's not difficult. This is what the seal, well, these part numbers don't make sense. You really need to go to realoem.com and check the part number for your transmission, but this is what the part looks like. It has an inner kind of rubber seal and an outer rubber seal that's tapered. That'll hug this shift linkage. So how do you remove this? First thing you're going to want to do is you don't need to unbolt the transmission. If your hands are small enough, you can get under the car and of course take off the underlayer, the under tray protection under the transmission, and you'll be able to reach up your hand through here. What you're going to want to do is undo this clip right here. This little C-clip, what would you call this, is what holds this piece in. So as you can see, this is all oily. You can see the oil in here, oil and dirt everywhere. Where there's oil and dirt, there is a leak. So I'm just going to take this off. All you have to do is, what I would do is I would twist this towards yourself, get some pliers on it, or twist it away from yourself. So this would be like so. And just get a pair of pliers in there and press down, or use your hand, and this will just pop right off. See? Just like that. And then this piece just pushes out. Now you should re-grease this. I have some multi-purpose grease that I'll put on here. You should grease this up just so it doesn't bind this end too. Clean it all up, put it back together. Now those pieces are off. You have this little clip here that we need to take off that ties our swivel bobble, whatever this is called, onto this shaft. So you'll be looking at it from underneath, but what you'll want to do is again use a screwdriver to try and pry this circlip, or this little clip, up and out of here. I'm gonna go for the pick. So here on the bottom, there's actually a little kind of hole, just like on the top. You should be able to get something in there and then twist this off. Which is a lot easier said than done. Holy moly. All right, so then once you have the C-clip off, you want to push this pin out. Just use the pick again. Push this little I want to call it a cotter pin, but just pin, dowel pin. This will come off. Now this is pretty, you know, gummed up. We'll want to clean this all off and re-grease it. Just take this off. And then you'll want to, I think you just have to stick a pick in it. So after much fiddling, what I did was I kind of hammered in a screwdriver on the side, and all I'm doing is I'm pushing in and then putting some pressure against the shaft and pulling out in various ways. The shaft's moving. You can't yet get it with pliers. For some reason I can't move it further than that, and I don't know why. There we go. Just keep at it, and you'll be able to take it off. I don't know how easy this will be though from under the car. Actually, this has been quite difficult. Yeah. Come on out. Here we go. And then this is off. Oops, kind of broke it. But now we can put the new one on. New one looks about right. Well, first I'm going to clean this up. Some brake clean. I don't know if we need to put any lubricant on this. Maybe just so that the seal goes on nicely. Let's see. Oh yeah, you'll want to put some grease or something on there. I'll just put some oil. All right, and then I'm gonna put a bit of oil just on there. Just gently push this on. Oh, that went on really easy. And then it says to use a 16mm socket. But I think that's as far as my socket will go. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is put the old one on and then put the socket back on, and then we're going to tap this in. It's not really working that well. Yeah, that didn't work so well. Okay, so what I did was I took this 17 millimeter and put it over top and kind of angled it to where the corner was not really reaching, and then tapped it on with the 16 mil. I don't know if it should go in further. I mean, I don't want to damage it, so I mean, if this shifts and I don't know, it's not stuck in there, I just don't want to damage the seal any further. So again, assembly is reverse of putting it together, and you know, you put this piece back on, which I'm going to clean up, put this piece back on, put the dowel pin in, put the circlip over top, hook the shift linkage back up, with the circlip on the end, the C-clip on the end, and that's it. You have put your transmission seal back on, and now I am going to clean this up, make it look nice, and hope that this transmission is not leaking anymore. If you guys are interested in videos like this that are helpful, little tips on how to repair your BMW, don't forget to subscribe. And if any of this information was useful for you, hit the like button. I have a ton of other videos on rebuilding this M52 right here. And of course, we're going to swap all this stuff over to here and throw it in that car. So if that interests you, don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot more videos coming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next one.